Hey guys, I'm Marta Geek. In this video, I have an unboxing and hands-on look of the Google Pixel 4a. This is the latest budget smartphone from Google, which is only $349. Now, keep in mind, this phone was actually sent to me so I can try it out and make a video for you guys. So that's what I'm doing in this video. So hashtag Team Pixel. And also, this phone is supposed to come out on August 23rd, I think. So at least I got it kind of early so I can try it out and make a video for you guys. And that way you guys actually make up your mind and decide to buy it or not. So let's go ahead and unbox this. Now, like I said, this phone is only $349, which is insane because apparently this phone actually has a very awesome camera. Of course, I haven't tried it yet. But knowing Google, and I've been using also the Google Pixel 4 XL phone for a year already, and I've been loving it. It has an amazing camera, so I don't expect nothing less from this phone, even though it's only $349. So you have manuals here and the pin to take out the SIM card. I can see it there. And of course, in the inside, you got the charging cable with USB-C to USB-C. You got a USB-C adapter, which lets you put USB-C to USB-A, and of course the charging block, and that's it. That's all you get in here. I didn't receive no case whatsoever for this phone. Okay, I'm gonna take this out, and that's it. So I don't believe there's any film to take out of here. Nope, there's no film besides that little plastic, and that's it. This is how this phone actually looks. It only comes in black, which kind of sucks because I love different colors, like white or blue or red or green, but black I don't really like to buy phones. And like, for example, I've been using this one. This is the Pixel 4 XL with the also orange, and look how beautiful it looks. This one looks like the baby brother of the Pixel 4 XL. Keep in mind, this is supposed to be 5.8 inches. This is 6.3 inches. And so on this side right here, you got the volume button and the power button. You got the volume button right there. And you got nothing over here except the SIM card that goes right there. On the bottom, you have that. Apparently, this is stereo speaker. So I have speaker over here and the speakers over here. USB-C. And the cool thing here is that it has a headphone jack, 3.5 headphone jack right there, microphone there, and that's it. So let's go and turn this on, see if it has any juice. There you go. And look at this, it has a little punch hole as the front facing camera. That's awesome, and I love the fact that it has, the borders is basically a lot more nice looking than this one, because look at this one right here. You got this big ass forehead on the top and a very thin chin on the bottom, which looks kind of weird, but once you get used to it, it's no problem whatsoever. But I actually prefer the way this one looks better with the little punch hole there for the camera. The problem here is, since this is a cheap phone, of course it does not have the sensors that the prior phone had, the 4 XL and the 4 had. But look at that, very nice. Of course, the screen is a lot smaller, 5.8, which is not bad. It is only 1080p. When it comes to the memory, it's supposed to have 6 gigabytes of RAM, and when it comes to the storage, it only has 128 gigabytes, which honestly is pretty much good enough. Honestly, is good enough. 128 gigabytes is good enough. You can't actually add like a SD card, so that's a negative there. But 128 gigabytes for a $349 phone, I think that's pretty good enough. So what I'm gonna do is do the initial setup of the smartphone, add a couple applications, use it for a little while, then come back with the second half of the video. So here we are back again after the initial setup and using the phone for actually 24 hours after the initial unboxing. I didn't finish the video last night because I was busy doing a lot of things and I had to work, so I decided to go ahead and use the phone so I can actually share my opinions about the phone so far and how it feels and what to expect when you're getting this budget smartphone from Google. First of all, I'm coming, like you guys saw on the first half of the video, I'm coming from using the 4 XL XL, which I've been using for almost a year already. And coming from this phone, I gotta say it does feel very, 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 very similar. The user experience on both phones. So keep in mind they're both, of course, Pixel phones. This one is like around $1,000. This is $349. But the navigation and all that and the speed so far feel really good. Of course, this phone is very new, so I expect it to be fast. How long it's gonna be like that, I don't know. But you know, knowing Google, you know that this phone is actually gonna be updated all the time. That's the great thing about buying a Google Pixel phone, is that you know that your phone is always gonna have the latest update. That's the awesome thing about this phone. But since I've been accustomed to using the 4XL, and the 4XL over here on the top, right over here on the top, it has some sensors that when you look at the phone, it unlocks your phone. You can use your eyes to unlock your bank account, to do a whole bunch of things. And I've been used to that, so I found myself all the time looking at my phone expecting it to unlock. And no, I had to get used to the fingerprint scanner, which is on the rear. It's perfectly on the good position, especially since the phone is small. So you're not going to have any problems whatsoever reaching for the fingerprint, which is, you know, I think it's a perfect size for almost anybody. But I prefer bigger screens. I prefer a bigger screen, over 6 inches screen. So I'm already used to that, even though, yeah, I got short fingers, but fat, you know. But I still prefer a bigger screen. When it comes to the screen, of course, like I said before, this has a 4.81 inches 1080p screen, OLED, and of course it supports HDR, and everything looks pretty damn good. Even though it has this punch hole right here, videos and playing video games actually looks really good on the screen. I have no problems whatsoever. When it comes to the performance of this phone, it has a 6 gigabytes of RAM, which honestly is good enough for playing almost every game on the Android store. And when it comes to storage, it has 128 gigabytes, which is not bad. Let me see how much I've used. I think I installed a whole bunch of applications. So right now I've been using 29% only out of 128. So that's not bad. You know, when it comes also to battery life, I did get good battery life. I actually got around 13 hours of battery life after the initial full charge, which is not bad for a phone that I've been using a lot and, you know, playing a lot with it. So that's not bad, but it should get better battery life. The battery pack that's in here, or the battery that's in here, it's 3140 milliamp hour battery. It does not have wireless charging, which is another thing that I don't like about the phone, because I'm already used to using wireless charging pads everywhere that I go, everywhere I have one. So I just put the phone and let it charge. So for me, when I'm using a phone that's not wireless rechargeable, it feels like I'm going back in the day when there was no wireless charging. So that's one thing that I don't like it. You know, it's hard to get used to it because I've been used to it already. The body on the back is polycarbonate, and it only comes in black, which kind of sucks because I like buying phones in different colors: white, yellow, blue, red. But black is not my number one pick when I choose a phone color. But you know, this is the only color you're gonna get. So if you don't like it, I'm sorry, but that's the only color you get. But it does feel really good. It doesn't feel cheap. Polycarbonate, very strong feeling, and it actually doesn't feel like plastic at all. Another thing here, you got this bump here in the camera. It's not that big of a bump. It's a very tiny bump there, which doesn't bother at all. I don't have a case, so if you put a case on it, that bump will go away once you put a case. But the camera is really good. Yeah, the rear camera here is a 12.2 megapixel dual pixel. It has optical image stabilization. It can record up to 4K as well, 30 frames per second, 80p at 30 and 60 frames per second, and 120 frames per second as well as slow motion. Front facing camera is 8 megapixel right here, 8 megapixel, and it records 1080p, 30 frames per second. And I did take a whole bunch of pictures, you know, as much pictures as I could, because of, like I said, I was very busy yesterday. I went to work and doing a whole bunch of stuff. So I did take a whole bunch of pictures. I did take videos when I was going to work. I did test the fast speed or time lapse, and it's really damn good. Like you see here on the video, you can see I recorded time lapse at 10x, but you can actually make the time lapse a lot more faster. And one thing that I was surprised is that the time lapse actually has the options for 4K in time lapse. I didn't know that that was a possibility. I thought that was exclusive to this phone, but I actually went to my old Pixel 4 XL, and it also had the options for a time lapse 4K. So I was actually surprised that it did come to this phone as well. So that's cool that it's there. But you can see there, the pictures actually looks pretty good. The portrait pictures looks really good as well. So I have no problems whatsoever when it comes to the camera. So of course, but one of the reasons why you buy a Pixel phone is because it has a very, very, very good camera. Also, you know, the performance, like I said, yes, it has only 6 gigabytes of RAM. The CPU, it's a Snapdragon 730, which is not 855, or I think the 835 was the prior one, or 845. It's not faster than those, but still playing video games, I didn't have no problems playing Call of Duty. I played Asphalt 9. I used to play the very popular Mario Kart Tour, which now you can play in landscape, and it looks really damn good. I'm gonna be sharing some more gameplay at the end of this video. That way you guys can have an idea how the game, how the phone actually performs while playing video games. Also, the audio, I was very, very, very impressed with the audio coming out of this phone. Like I said before, it has stereo speakers. A speaker over here, which is from the earpiece. It also serves as a speaker, and speaker over here, and it is very, very loud. So you're gonna hear when I'm sharing with you guys the gameplay, the Mario Kart, and all those games. Wow, what a very great volume you're gonna get from these speakers. So I was actually very impressed with that, and of course, yes, it has Bluetooth 5.0, which is awesome, but it also has 3.5 millimeter audio jack, which is something that a lot of people still prefer to use. It is right there, so that's awesome. These wallpapers that make you the punctual actually blend in with the picture. That's something that is very cool. That's not available on the other Pixel 4 XL because it doesn't have a punch hole camera. Well, there's a folder where there's a whole bunch of pictures, not a whole bunch, but some pictures that you can actually use, right? Click right there, boom, and the punch hole, you see there, it blends in with the picture, and it actually really does look pretty damn cool because you put that picture and it's like, it's like the punch hole actually disappears. So look at that. That is so cool. You got the soccer players and character right there. So that's so cool. So yeah, that's one cool thing about it. And of course, if you go online, you're gonna be able to find a lot of wallpapers that will let you, let that punctual blend in with your wallpaper, and you won't have any problems whatsoever. But like I said, even with that punctual right there, I was watching videos, and like you see here in the video, watching videos and playing video games, and it didn't bother me at all. It didn't bother me at all. Now, other than that, there's not that much to say about this phone. The fact that the most impressive thing about this phone is that it's only $349. So let's say you get it from T-Mobile and you're paying it monthly. Most likely the monthly payment for this is going to be like around $14 to $15 per month without giving any down whatsoever. That's the good thing about this price of the phone. When you got phones like the Galaxy Note and Note Ultra coming out at $1,000 and $1,300 phone, oh my God, you see something like that, like this, so cheap, and it has an amazing camera quality, which is one thing that a lot of people actually look on a phone. It's kind of hard to not recommend. So of course, if you follow me on Instagram or Twitter, mostly my pictures, I post them on Instagram because that's like my picture application. You'll see pictures from this phone. So if you want to see more pictures taken with this phone, and I always try to upload a lot of pictures to my Instagram, using what specific phone I'm using, just follow me on Instagram. But other than that, guys, thanks for watching this video. Let me know what you think about the Pixel 4a. Keep in mind, they will also be coming out with a 4a 5G, and with Pixel 5, I think XL or Pixel 5, which is going to be way bigger. But remember, the 4a 5G and the Pixel 5 are not going to be $349. They're going to be way past the $500. So I wouldn't be surprised if the 5 actually reaches around $1,000. But if you go to the website, Google website, they're already teasing those phones already. So the rumor is that those phones are going to be coming out around October, but you know, those are just rumors. I really don't know. So guys, thanks for watching this video. Later on, maybe a couple weeks from now, I'll give my final review about the phone. I'll try to upload more videos and pictures of the phone. So let me know in the comments what you think about it and what you want to see from the phone. Thanks for watching, guys. Till next time. Bye-bye.